Okay, so time has passed. The rowan berries are tacked down nicely. I've gone ahead and added the other items that she included to be used in this piece. I put them around the edge so that you can see them, and that created a nice bowl. You can see that this is already starting to solidify nicely. So I put inside this bowl that these created, I put some of the metal shavings that we used in the other Orgonite and some BBs. BBs are really nice. I think they look really cool. They make a nice aesthetic. They create lots of lovely layers of metal, and they're just kind of pretty. So I'm going to finish this off with some of these BBs. And before we get too far in there, I'm going to make a quick copper spiral to include in there. There's, of course, a lot of different ways to make a spiral, but the one that most people use in Orgonite is a spiral that looks like the galaxy. It also looks like a yin-yang in the middle. I'm going to show you how I do this. It's pretty easy. I've got some rounded pliers here. I'm going to find the middle of the wire. It doesn't have to be exact, but pretty close is better than far. So I'm going to bend these in opposite directions, which begins to create, as you can see, kind of a galactic center yin-yang sort of configuration like that. And from there, I grab these and I just carefully bend it around, taking care to not double the layers of metal. And this will naturally create a circle. Now, before these ends get too close, I like to bend them in so that they tuck up against the rest of the spiral really nicely. So you can see I've created just a little bit of bend there. The reason these spirals are good rather than just making a random spiral is that they really direct the energy nicely along the open space. Keep in mind when using spirally coily things that clockwise is going to be the direction of increase and projection. Counterclockwise is going to be the direction of decrease, of flushing and grounding. So I tend to put the spirals in the pieces so that when it's sitting the way that it will be sitting upright, that the clockwise side is up, so it'll be drawing energy from bottom to top. I'm going to wait and put this in for just a moment and get this nice and full here. This piece has most of the metal on the bottom, which will just kind of cool, creates a nice effect. And I think we're going to go ahead and add some color to this, just for variety's sake, and I think it'll look really beautiful with those copper BBs. So I've not got a lot of room left in that mold. We're almost done here. So we're going to add the color before we add the catalyst. Just put in a few drops and mix this up. And it creates a nice pretty blue. Go ahead and add the catalyst. Stir it again. Oh, dogs. I know. Okay. Here we go. It's okay, Raven. What a good guard dog. Make sure and get all the little areas around the edge filled in. You can see some of the bubbles rising up from down in there. You want the bottom to be totally level because that's where it's going to be setting. You don't want any of these BBs protruding. There's almost always space around the edge that you'll want to take a little bit of care to fill in. So that's nice and full there. A little bit of BB protruding out isn't going to hurt anything. So I've got my coil. We're going to put it in there thusly. Going to tap it down to make sure it's underwater, under resin as it is. And we'll let that dry, and that'll be ready to pop out of the mold probably in a couple of hours. But we'll come back in the morning, dump it out, and have a look at it. It'll be beautiful. That's our video for now. Thank you so much for joining us and hanging in here, watching this process unfold. Feel free to share it and have fun making your own Orgonite. Blessings to you all. Namaste. Farewell.